Hi there, Emmanuel here, and today I'm going to be talking to you about the Forex and specifically about Forex trading, and why I think that is the best way. If you're looking to make some money online, there's loads of different ways you can use to make money online, but I think this is the best way to do it because you don't need to worry about all the other little things like, I don't know, traffic, funnels, all these things that are quite difficult to do. Whereas with the Forex, you just have to know certain patterns to look for, which you're going to be taught if you continue with us. And once you know these patterns, you can just use them in order to make yourself money, make yourself potentially financially independent. The Forex market is traded. There's $7 trillion traded every single day on the Forex market, which is currencies. So all you need is a small little part of that in order to make yourself a 5, 6, maybe even 7-figure earner. And like I said, it's by pattern recognition. You're finding certain things on the charts and you're just riding them off the profit. We call this the banker strategy because we figured out a way that we can follow what the banks are doing. We can follow how they trade and we can just ride their coattails to the promised land and to making money. So whether you want to use this to make a little bit of extra, whether you want to use this to replace your full-time income, or whether you want to use this to become really financially independent, 5, 6, 7-figure earner, then the Forex, I personally believe, is the way. And I think this is the right time. You found this at just the right time, because everything's moving so quickly in the world, things are happening, and the best way in order to make money is to sit in front of a computer and make that money. So I hope you're excited about these next few days. I'm going to talk you through exactly what I'm talking about with the banker strategy, and I'm also going to give you an opportunity to actually teach and train with us completely for free. Stay tuned to the end of this because I'm going to show you how you can get a training with us completely for free, so you can have a look for yourself and see, is this for me? And if it is, if it isn't, it will cost you nothing to kind of have a look at that and see whether it is or it isn't. Do you know what I mean? But I know once you've had a look at the inside, you'll be so excited. You'll just think, wow, I found it. I found what I'm looking for. Anyway, let me just tell you a little bit about me. My name is Emmanuel. I've been online, using online to make money for about 10 years now. I've been in the affiliate marketing world though. I was trying to make money for affiliate marketing, which is just selling other people's products, I was always dabbling a little bit with the Forex market, but that wasn't my main thing. I was trying to make money with affiliate marketing. So I know how complicated that can be because you need to worry about getting traffic. You need to worry about leads and sales and all this funnels and all this sort of stuff that can be quite confusing for somebody who's new. So I was just doing that, struggling with that, and it just wasn't getting me to the place I wanted to be. And it was 3 years ago actually. My sister came to me and she told me about a course here in London by a really, really well-known trader who was doing a course. So we went to go to the introduction, and it turned out it was going to cost us £30,000, which is $40,000. And my sister was really excited, and I thought to myself, maybe this is the answer for me because I'm struggling with affiliate marketing, and I know this Forex, there's potential in it. And obviously, when you go to these trainings, they show you all these wins. They never tend to tell you their losses, but win, 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 win. So I thought, if I can learn how to do this, I can be financially independent. So we paid this. We paid £30,000. Yes, and really, what they taught us was stuff that you could potentially just go online and Google. Do you know what I mean? If you go to a site like Baby Pips or Forex Trading, something like that, you put that in a search. What they taught us is, and it cost us £30,000, you could probably learn it on YouTube. They taught us about patterns, and I'm going to show you everything I'm talking about on the computer in a second. We're going to switch over to the computer and I'll show you. But they taught us just the stuff that everybody does, that most retail traders use. And that's why 97% of retail traders fail. You know, there's a reason for that. Banks know these patterns. You know, banks come along basically and it's manipulated the market. That's why you need to learn how to trade the same way as the banks do, not as the retail traders do, because most retail traders lose money. You know, most have blown accounts. You've probably done it yourself if you've been in the Forex world. If you're completely new to this, then you're probably in the exact best place. You found this at the right time. You know, you will find how to trade properly. But if you've been trading for a while, then you probably know what I'm talking about. You know, you've probably blown accounts. You probably got so frustrated with this sort of thing. And that was me. You know, even after learning this £30,000 strategy, it was still a struggle. You know, because of the hard work I put in, I eventually got to a place where I was making, say, for every pound I traded, if it was a winning trade, it was like a 1 to 3. That means like if I traded with a pound, I'd make 3 back, and that would take 2 to 3 weeks. If I was going to make 1 to 5, that would take me maybe a month, maybe more. Do you know? So you can see, I mean, it was so slow, and I was just about break even, maybe a little bit of profit. Last year, I found this guy, Michael, and I found this banker's strategy, and that just changed things around for me. Honestly, it did, because now I can get 1 to 5 in a day. You know, most of the time, trading this strategy, I'm done trading by Tuesday, Wednesday, the latest, a lot of the times. So that's me. I go from 10%. I go for 10% a week now. Not like I told you, 5% used to take me a month. So I'm now going for 10% a week, and I'm happy with that. I put it down, and that's it. I found consistency using this strategy, you know, called the banker strategy. Yeah, so that's a little bit of the reason that I love the Forex market, because it's helped change things around for me. And if you're interested, it can also help to change things around for you. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go onto the computer now. I want to show you some of these patterns that everybody talks about: heads and shoulders, support, resistance, and all this sort of stuff that's all manipulated. And I'll give you one of the patterns that we basically use to trade. Yeah, I'm also going to say to you, there's only a couple that we use. We've really dumbed this down to make it as simple as possible for everybody. That's why I said, if you're a newbie, that you're in the best place. Then I'm going to give you the link, if you're interested, to come and train with us. You can actually train and trade with us. We actually give you suggestions. Some of the leaders show you suggestions of some of the trades they're looking at. And last week, I think it was a euro dollar trade that was given out. People actually made money on that in the free group, which is what you're going to be in if you're interested in. They made 10 to 20% of that in the free group. You know, so just from a trade idea that they gave. This is not signals, but they will show you what they're looking at, and you can jump on board that as well, and, you know, make some money in the free trial as well. So I hope you're excited about this. We're going to shoot up to the computer now. I'm going to show you exactly, potentially, where you might be going wrong, and then I'll give you access to this group if that's what you're interested in, and then, you know, we'll shoot forward together. All right, so for now, let's shoot up to the computer. So 1 sec, I'll see you over there. Let's go. Hi there again. So here we are over the computer. Yeah, so what I'm going to show you is basically what a chart looks like, the type of patterns that, you know, most people are taught, and how it's a little bit of a trap. And I'm going to show you one of the patterns that we actually look for, and there are a few, but there's 2 main ones that we found, you know, are they're just killer strategies. So anyway, so here's a chart. Just say we come over to any old chart. Let's just call this one, just say this is the euro dollar. Let's just call this the euro dollar. So there's the euro. But it can be any chart. It could be Amazon, it could be Tesla, it could be anything, because charts move very, very similar. The way they move, they're very, very similar. Yeah, price moves similar. So let's call this the euro USD. So this is the euro dollar against the dollar. I mean, euro against the US dollar. So price will do one of 3 things. Either it's going to be trending up. So generally it's just moving up. We call it has higher highs and higher lows. The price will do something along these lines, but generally the price is moving up. Or we can have it the other way. You've got to excuse me, I haven't used this for a long time, so it's moving down generally. So lower lows, lower highs, generally price is moving down. Yeah. Or the last of the ways is, let me just delete all of this, is it's going sideways. Yeah, we just call this consolidating. So price is doing something along these lines. Yeah, it's kind of going nowhere, just going sideways. Yeah. So what you're taught when you first come into trading, you're taught to look for patterns. Yeah, you're taught to look for these patterns and to trade off these patterns. And I'll show you some of the patterns. So just like the one I just done there, that kind of consolidation going sideways, a bit like that. Yeah, they hit what they call, what retail traders call resistance. So it kind of feels like there's a wall at the top here, or support. There's a wall at the bottom here. So this is like support, this is like resistance. You know, it feels like price is kind of trapped in this thing here. So a lot of people think, right, as soon as it hits here at the bottom, let me just illustrate that. As soon as it hits here at the bottom, I'm going to buy this up. Or if you're thinking the other way, as soon as it hits here at the top, I'm going to sell it. Sell just means to sell, to go down. You want the price to go down, and you'll make money as the price goes down. Yeah. Or other patterns, well, those patterns there would be like something like, let me just delete this, sorry. It'll be something like a double top. So this is like, you know, we call this M's. So like a bit of this, or maybe even W's. These people think like, okay, it's going to hit the bottom there and it's going to go up, like what I just said, something like that. Or you have other patterns like head and shoulders, something along these lines. You know, it looks like there's a head and there's two shoulders, and here we call this bit here, we call it the neckline. So what traders think is, as soon as the price makes this sort of a pattern, as soon as it crosses here, as soon as it crosses that part there, I'm going to sell it. I'm going to make money as it goes down, or if it's the other way around, I'll make money as it goes up, right? And then we have another one is, let's just delete this. Another one we have is it's trending. Yeah, so maybe price is doing something along these lines, like I was saying, higher highs, higher lows, going up like that. And then people think that, oh, it almost feels like there's a line under here. They call it a trend line that the price seems to be hitting every time. And again, they're buying it sort of around here to go up. It just thinks as soon as it comes down and hits this line, it's going to go up. So I'm going to buy it to go up. So now what happens, unfortunately, is with these patterns, let me just draw that out again. I'm going to draw these support and resistance lines. With these patterns like this, like with the support and resistance, or with the trend line, yeah, with the price doing something along those lines like that, that's your trend line there. With your support and resistance, that's your resistance. Oh, it's a bit messy. We can get rid of that. Alright, let me see if I can just tidy this up a little bit. Right. Okay, there's your resistance line. There's your support line. So now what tends to happen, right? So people, like I said, people think, right, as soon as it bounces off here, I'm going to buy it to go up. Yeah. I'm going to put my stop loss. Stop loss just means the amount of money that you don't want to lose. After it comes past a certain point, you don't want to lose any more. So in case you get this wrong and the price does start to go down, there'll be a point here at which you say, right, if it goes past there, that's it, that's enough. I've lost that trade, I'll lose a little bit of money. But you're hoping that it goes here and it goes up, and then you're going to make money. Yeah. If you think it's going to bounce down the other way, so again, you're going to put your sell here when it hits the line, or you think as soon as it comes and hits the line, I'm going to put my stop here. So again, if I get it wrong and it actually does start to go up instead of come down, as soon as it gets to a certain point there, I'm going to lose some money. And this is what loads of other traders are doing, the same thing. They're doing the same thing. They're loading up their stops here, so their money here, or here if they think it's going to buy. And there's tons of money all hanging around these lines. Same with this trend line. People are thinking here. I'm gonna buy this as soon as it hits this point here. I'm gonna buy it, and if it comes past and comes down, then it comes to here. It's gonna stop me out. I'm gonna lose some money, and all people are just loading up these lines, yeah. And so then this is what happens now. So the thing about all of these sort of lines and stuff, unfortunately, the banks can see it. Why is this not rubbing out now? The banks can see these lines. I'm going to just move this out of the way. They can see these lines. They can see the money that's piling up underneath all of these lines. And then this is what they tend to come and do now. Then they call this, some people in the industry call this a stop hunt. Yeah, that basically that just means they're just going to come and wipe people out. So, okay, that'll do. So long they come and they take the price. So everybody's thinking, okay, it's about to bounce off this line. They take the price and they whip it up here. So they clean out all these people here. All these people here have lost all their money. Alright, so all these people here are sitting here thinking, yeah, I knew it was going to go up. Okay, I'm going to order my Lamborghini now. It's time. I'm going to be super rich. Then the price comes and whips back down and just cleans these people out as well. So all of these are gone as well. Everyone's cleaned out. Then it starts to go up. And what it does, when it does something like that, it leaves a candle here. This is what we found, and this is why we're calling this, it leaves a candle here. Because in order for the banks to do what they had to do here, to leave this candle here, they had to push this price. They had to push this price down. Yeah, they had to force it down and then shoot it back up. So the actual banks now, in this part here, as they push this down to go down, and now the price has shot back up. The banks are in what we call drawdown. They're in negative. They're losing money here. So they have to come back to this point here, and they have to do what they call mitigate. Yeah, they've got to bring it back to somewhere here before then taking the price and shooting off to the moon. Whoops, excuse me. And this right here is where we get in. This is where we get in and we ride the banks up. And this is why, if you can, and this is such a pinpoint accurate place, that's why you can get these types of commissions. I mean, these risk to rewards of like 1 to 5 or 1 to 10, like I was talking about earlier. So that's for every £1 or what $1 you risk, you can get 10 back. So every $100 you get $1,000 back. 1 to 10. Some people on this group that I'm going to give you access to have been getting 1 to 40 off one trade, not over leveraging, only ever risking 2% of your account in order to get these sorts of returns. And that's only because you can get, once you know what you're doing, you can find these patterns. And when you know what you're looking for, you find these patterns all over the place on the charts. There's certain places they actually make them happen. They go on what they call a stop hunt. They ruin these people. These and these. These are what retail traders are trading here. We don't get involved in none of that. We wait for all that action to happen and then wait for this to happen and get involved here and ride this off to the moon. Do you know what I mean? And this is just one of 2 or 3. There's only 2 patterns I think you should focus on in this strategy. There's about 4 or 5 that we use, but I would recommend you only focus on 2. And once you know these things, you can start to get these sorts of risks to reward. Do you know what I mean? So I hope that makes sense, and I hope you can see the potential of this. I know this might not make sense depending on if you're a newbie or what level you're at, but if you've traded ever before and you've thought to yourself, sometimes you're in this and you think, my God, why do I keep getting this wrong? Why do I keep losing my money? There's a reason, because it's manipulated. Banks manipulate this stuff in order to take your money and then make their money, and this is where we get on board. We ride the tails. I call it the remora strategy. It's the banker's strategy, because we ride on the coattails of the sharks. Imagine this is a big shark. You know, this is like the banks, and we just sit on the back of the banks. There's a fish called a remora fish. It just sits on the back of the shark, and it eats the little plankton and the little things on the back of the shark. And the shark doesn't kill it because it thinks, you know, it's kind of helping me out. It's only small. It can ride with me. We're only small traders, really. But when you can get these sort of risk to rewards like this, that's all you need in order to find your own financial independence. Do you know? So if that's something you're interested, I'm actually going to give you access to the exact things we do. You're going to watch exactly what we do. Do you know? You're going to get access to the trainers. You can ask them questions. They're going to teach and train all this week, every single day, starting Monday, 12 a.m. Eastern, which is 5 p.m. GMT. You can get to watch what they do. They'll show you about these patterns. They're actually going to show you everything. Nothing's hidden. These guys aren't a case of we're going to hide our trades. They're going to show you their winning trades. They're going to show you their losing trades. Do you know, they're not like these. This is why I like this group, because they're not going to be here's a winner, here's a winner, here's a winner. Like that course that I took, that I paid £30,000 for, they never showed me any of their losers. It was all winners, 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 winners. It's impossible. There's nobody out there that's trading that's going to tell you that they don't get losers. But when you can get risk to reward like this, when you can get like 1 in 5, that means you can potentially lose 5 trades, win 1, and still be making money. You can see you can afford to lose more than you win. You can afford to lose more than you win and still make money. That's what the beauty of this is. That's where the secret is. That's the source. Do you know what I mean? So if that's something you're interested in, I'm going to leave a link. I'll leave it below this video. You click on that. It'll be sent to somewhere on Facebook. It's a Facebook group. You click on that, then I'll give you access to that. As soon as you've joined me, you clicked on, you've joined me, I'll give you access to the group. It starts on Monday. You'll get to see it every day. There'll be replays as well. You can actually even ask the questions. And like I said, sometimes they even leave trade ideas that, you know, you can jump on board those and make a 1 to 5 in a free group. I've never ever seen it. Nobody's ever. You're probably rarely going to find somebody's going to say to you, come and trade with us for the week. Come and watch what we do completely for free. And then if it's for you, all good. If it's not, you know, we go our separate ways as friends, and you haven't paid any money. It's not a case of give me your credit card. I'll take your credit card details and I hope you forget about it in 7 days, and then I'll charge you. No, nothing. It's completely for free. I'm not even going to ask you for a credit card. I'm just going to, you click on this link, you join me on Facebook, and then I'll send you, as soon as you've joined me, I'll send you the link for next week's training. Do you know what I mean? So I hope you got some value from this. I'm going to be doing a few more trainings through the week, so keep your eyes out in your inbox for loads more kind of gems and value. But, you know, time is of the essence. If you want to get in from Monday and start learning this stuff now, then there'll be a link below. Click on that. You'll get access to that group. All right, then. Once again, thanks for listening. Till next time, you take care. I'll speak to you soon. All the best. Take care.